Should your peaceful, loving religious beliefs disqualify you from participating in public life? America's founders didn't think so. That's why the U.S. Constitution expressly forbids the government from imposing a religious test for any federal office or position of public trust. It's also why the First Amendment guarantees the free exercise of religion. Yet, as wise statesmen have repeatedly pointed out, freedoms like these, though bolstered by the 14th Amendment's Equal Protection Clause, are never more than one generation away from extinction. Freedom is fragile. Take, for example, what happened in a Missouri courtroom in early 2023. In preparation for a trial, attorneys from both sides interviewed prospective jurors. It's a process carried out thousands of times every day across the nation. Altogether, 12 impartial citizens who can weigh the evidence and deliver a verdict to the court. Yet one attorney's inquiry went far beyond the bounds of the typical jury selection process. Warning that he was about to ask a tricky question, the attorney asked the prospective jurors whether or not they had attended a conservative Christian church growing up. Multiple potential jurors said they had attended such churches, and 3 potential jurors, including a grandmother of 4 and pastor's wife, volunteered that they continued to believe the Bible's teachings on marriage and sexuality. They also agreed that everybody sins and that no sin is worse than any other, and that you will still have to treat everybody right in society. Most important, all 3 Christians assured the attorney that they could be fair and impartial in deciding a case involving alleged discrimination based on sexual orientation. Questions about the potential jurors' religious beliefs should never have been asked in the first place. But what happened next was jarring. Turning to the judge, the attorney demanded dismissal of the 3 Christian jurors, openly declaring, "There's no way to rehabilitate somebody who holds views shared by billions of Christians, Jews, Muslims, and even people of no faith throughout the centuries." That wasn't a lone slip of the tongue. "I don't think you can ever rehabilitate yourself," the attorney continued, "no matter what you turn around and say after that. This is bigotry, plain and simple. It's exactly why the founders prohibited religious tests in the Constitution and protected free exercise in the First Amendment." And even though the judge disagreed with the attorney's intolerant conclusion and unconstitutional request, the court still disqualified the jurors, citing a desire to err on the side of caution. Similar scenarios have played out across the country. As the state of Missouri points out in a brief to the U.S. Supreme Court, the nation's lower courts are split in 3 different directions on the issue. Some allow jurors to be excluded because of their religious beliefs. Others allow exclusion based on both religious viewpoint and affiliation. Still others hold to the standards set by the nation's founding documents. Religious discrimination in jury selection is prohibited. The government should never treat people of faith like second-class citizens. That's what the nation's high court ruled in Trinity Lutheran, a 2017 case that also originated in Missouri. There, a preschool was barred from participating in a state program aimed at upgrading playground safety equipment solely because it was affiliated with a church. Represented by Alliance Defending Freedom, Trinity Lutheran won a resounding victory at the Supreme Court. 7 of the 9 justices agreed that the First Amendment's guarantee of free religious exercise means that the government can't treat religious Americans worse than their fellow citizens. A year later, in 2018, the court ruled in favor of Masterpiece Cake Shop owner Jack Phillips. Also an ADF client, Jack serves everyone, but he was punished by the state of Colorado for declining to create custom art that violated his deeply held beliefs. There, the court ruled again 7-2 that Colorado had shown impermissible hostility toward Jack's religious views. In the Masterpiece decision, justices also made it clear that the First Amendment prevents the government from making even subtle departures from neutrality on matters of religion. Our freedoms don't depend on whether government officials agree with our beliefs. And the Constitution protects our right to live those beliefs in the public square to promote human flourishing. That guarantee is at the heart of the American founding. But like all other freedoms, it's one that won't protect itself. It's up to every one of us to hold the government accountable to respect our God-given rights. Find out more about how Alliance Defending Freedom is protecting First Amendment freedoms at adflegal.org. Before you go, click like on this video and subscribe to the channel so you never miss an episode.